see, as far as this room, the arcade itself, everything is kind of in a state of upheaval right now. With moving stuff around, rearranging the arcade. I moved a bunch of games out in preparation for going to the auction this last weekend, thinking I might bring a bunch of cabinets back, start new projects. I only got one, and that's the black cabinet here on the left. That's going to be a Street Fighter 2, but it needs a lot of work, particularly around the artwork and stuff. I've ordered most of the artwork. I've got a working board. I've got another monitor. There's a monitor in here. It's like a 25-inch Magnavox or something, CRT. It works. It needs a cap kit. I'm not going to mess with it. I got another monitor. All right, so we're around the back. I'll show you. I've got my tool that I've made to discharge. Got the clamp. I'll put that to the frame. I just got a screwdriver that the other end of the clamp is around and then permanently affixed to. I'll put this, I know this has got a charge because I've seen the monitor, I looked at it. Okay, so clipped onto the frame up here. A little bit out of view, but then so I'm gonna go up under here and we'll pop this thing. We should be able to hear it pop. There you go. So there's a pop. Let's do it again, get up under there. I think we should be good. So I've done quite a bit of work off camera. So you can see we've got lights in the CoinMex. I've taken the old monitor out. I'll put my new monitor in. I replaced the old light with an LED. It does work. And I'll take you around the back and show you the difference. So this is a mess right now. I'm just testing. I'm gonna have to move some stuff around, do cable management. The speakers are gonna go up top. As you can see, this is running off of a Raspberry Pi. I've got set in my blind boot mode. So when the game boots up, you can't tell any difference between the board and the Pi. That is the real board and the Pi. There was a real board in here when I got the cabinet, but I don't do those type of old school boards anymore. I used to for years now. Exclusively Pi, LCD monitors. So there is the old 25-inch Zenith monitor. I'm going to sell that at the next arcade auction. I've already sold the original board that was in here. It sold in just like 3 hours on eBay. So if somebody else can mess with that, I'm going to do emulation. It's just the way it is. But it works. Everything's coming up working right. I'm waiting on a USB to JAMA interface for the buttons. Should be here in a week, so I'm probably gone as far as I can go now. Same with the artwork. It's going to take a week or so. But I've got the keyboard hooked up just so that I can test. So if and the game itself right now is in free play. So if I hit the start button, which is 1, you should hear the game start up. And then if I just hit any of these keys, it'll pick Ryu. Obviously, I can't do anything. None of this is hooked up yet. So I'm waiting on the interface. I'm gonna put another piece of plexiglass on top of that one and sandwich the artwork in between. I've got the bezel art coming, so I've got to cut some plexiglass for that too. I'm going to sandwich that artwork between 2 pieces of plexiglass on the marquee as well. That's what we've got for tonight. Okay, So I've got everything pretty much connected, zip tied. All the old connectors are at the bottom. I was gonna hook up a JAMA to USB, but it turned out that the one that I ordered was coming from China, and I'm not gonna wait 6 weeks. So I just hooked up right now a single USB to arcade controller. So I've got one side connected down there. So I've got one side of the buttons working. I don't have a cable for the other one, so I have another board. I don't have a cable, so I'm gonna have to probably order another set. But I've got one side connected. My Pi, everything's kind of tied down. There's my Scanline generator. Monitors in there. So we'll go around the other side. Using that sit-down machine as a kind of a table. You can see coin lights. There's the one side. There's the monitor now. Looks pretty good. There's the light. You know, it works. I just got it off right now. So really the only things left to do are I've got to connect this side, and I'm waiting on Art. So I need the marquee and then the bezel. I'm debating on whether I'm going to do control panel graphics or not. Probably just going to leave it black for right now, and then kind of see what happens. I've got put another little board back here, kind of fill up that gap back here. But that's probably all I'm going to do for right now. But when I play it starts and works. So I didn't show this process because there's a lot of videos on it, but I got the bezel art installed on this rear piece of plexiglass. And then I have another clear piece of plexiglass that's coming, that's going to go over that. That's ordered from Professional Plastics. And coming with that is also the piece for up here. It'll actually be two pieces that are very, very thin, and sandwiched in between them will be this marquee. So when I get all that stuff in, then I'll put it together. I'm also waiting on a harness that will do both sides of this control panel at once. Right now I just have a one-player harness, so I've just got one side hooked up. When I get the new controller and harness, then I'll hook everything up together. But as it stands right now, the game is working. It's in free play mode. So I mean, it works. All right, I'm gonna film the last part of this in a little bit different orientation, just to make it a little bit easier. So I've got the machine kind of apart. Everything should be ready to put back together. I've got all the artwork. I've got all the plexiglass that goes over it. I got the controller to do both the buttons. It's all hooked up. It's all configured. It's shown coin lights, all of that. So we're all good to go. I actually had one of the coin lights was a problem with it. That I guess that actual new LED was blinking. So I replaced it, rebuilt that harness. So everything is good to put back together now. So what I'm gonna do, I also tied this monitor to the frame back there so that it can't move back and forth. Because I was playing with my son the other night and it was shaking back and forth. So it's tied down so it can't go anywhere now. So I'm gonna put this piece in, make sure all that looks good. Make sure all of this goes back and together properly. Actually, I need to clean the inside of this first. I had some tape marks. So, but I wanted to make sure I was in the right place as far as this monitor goes. That needs to be pushed back just a little bit. I'll clean that. I'll skip past that part where I'm cleaning this. Should be good there. That's still in pretty good shape. Let's see if I can clean this. Alright, I think I got like 99% of that. So I'm going to see. That looks now. Looks really good. Doesn't shake. Okay, that's good. Put our other piece of plexiglass in. Clean that off. Should be good there. Okay. Let's get our marquee on. Turn the light on. Get our marquee up in there. Make sure everything is in there. Put a couple little screws just to hold this to where it would be in the right position. Looks pretty good. Put our bottom piece back on. Only have 2 screws for this, so I have to put a couple more in here a little bit later. I just gotta find some that match this or fit this or whatever. Alright, we just got to put this back up and should be ready to play. Should be it. Alright, looks pretty good from here. So, alright, I'm going to start a game, just kind of play through one round, and just let you see what it plays like. This has been couple of weeks in terms of working on it, getting the parts. There are other things I could have done to it. I could have sanded down the sides. Maybe I will in the future. It's not really that bad. I could have replaced the T-molding with some sort of, bright yellow or something maybe in the future, but it's not that bad. It's playable. So, all right, we'll start the game. We got a double. I don't claim to be the best at this. I'm just showing you that it works. And this is set on free play, of course. I'm sure I'll probably lose in this next round. It'll probably clean my clock here. I don't know that I can do that again. I'm really surprised I made it past. I don't usually make it past the second round. Despite the fact that this is the third one of these I've owned in my life, I'm not very good at this game. I'm surprised I made it this far. but you can see it works. And I can continue, and then I can hit 2-player. I can bring in a second. Oh, we got a new. Now I'm controlling both of them. But anyway, you can see. So this will time out